Alright, I'm here with another game. Possibly the first that'll get uploaded onto YouTube, with any luck. Okay, so this is a colony game, which means that I'm probably going to want to lean towards engine building. Venture and Fool's Gold could go well together. I don't really want contraband here. Jester could be nice. I think I'm going to start with militia for the time being, just for the reason that it'll slow down any engine building that goes on. And there's not really any high cost stuff, so I don't really want Baron yet. Although it could be useful for the buys. But I'm going to start militia. We'll see where I go from there. I'm going to go into Fool's Golds, I believe. That might work out. So I don't really want any more terminals. Jester actually could be useful for just the one single other terminal. This is basically just going to be a money game for me. I think I'm just going to try to get up to platinums and then colonies. So for the time being, I will get one single Jester, because Militia doesn't draw cards, so it's unlikely to collide with Jester. So here I've got 4 again. I'm going to pick up more Fool's Golds. We'll discard 2 cards, and I'm just going to continue picking up Fool's Golds indefinitely until I'm able to pick up Platinums. Platinums are nice in this sense because they work nicely off of 3 Fool's Golds precisely, so I get 3 Fool's Golds and pretty much anything else, and that'll be enough. So toss those. Now, in retrospect, Jester might not have been the best choice because primarily what I'm going to be hitting is coppers early on. And that doesn't, it slows down engine building somewhat, but it's not a huge impediment. So I'm going to pick up a gold here. Now, the reason I want gold over Fool's Gold is because there's no real trashing. And whilst Fool's Gold over silver might be beneficial, considering I don't think it's wise to follow somebody into Fool's Gold on the colony board. See, now I've got a platinum hand, which is nice. So the reason I want golds is because there is a significant chance that it'll get drawn without any Fool's Golds in hand, and in that case it's only worth 1 less, as opposed to a Fool's Gold, which will be worth substantially less. So we can just continue picking up Fool's Golds. I'll toss away 2 coppers, 3, and this is 8. So here, should I go into provinces? Should I go into provinces? No, I'm going to go for colonies. I think that makes more sense. I think Fool's Golds, when I've got enough of them, will end up working out. So now I think I'm going to pick up a Baron for extra buys, or possibly a Woodcutter, depending on what the next low valued hand I have is. So that's been unfortunate. I don't want that, but I don't want her to have that either, so I'm going to take it. Platinum again, obviously, is much better than Fool's Gold. Seven is going to be gold. Actually, in this case, I think a single contraband might be nice, just for the plus buys. That might end up working against me in the future, but I think I've got enough flexibility in my buys that I can pick up ventures, I can pick up golds, I can pick up Fool's Gold, shanty towns. Those are all nice for me right now, so I'm not too concerned about the contraband restriction. It's a bit, so this is a really big hand. I'm just going to pick up the colony. Okay, so the militias collide in a deck with 3 terminals. That is fairly unfortunate. So here I'm going to pick up that gold. Single Fool's Golds are not useful. So I'll just continue to buy. I want a Woodcutter, but I have 3 terminals already, and as you can see, they tend to collide. So I'm just going to continue getting Fool's Golds. I think a Woodcutter is not necessarily important anymore. Jester. Sure, I'll take one of those. And then with 10, I'm going to buy 1 final platinum. So here I play the contraband first, so that she doesn't know how much money I have. I'm prohibited from buying colonies, which is completely fine because I've only got $6. So this is a nice bonus of contraband in that it gives me the plus buys, it gives me a gold, and it's impossible to know what I want to buy. So typically somebody will prohibit colonies, which is fine because then you can just get platinums and Fool's Golds. So I'm just going to pick up 2 of those. And that should be the last money that I need to buy. Hopefully I can just go straight green at this point. But we'll find out. So this looks like possibly a province hand for her. We'll find out. Gesture is a reasonably good counter to Fool's Gold, but on the other hand, also doesn't really work well against Fool's Gold if you hit a Fool's Gold. But you do want to give a Fool's Gold player as many coppers as you can manage, because that'll slow down the collisions. Here, there's 2 Fool's Golds left. I could pick up a Venture, actually, would be nice for me, considering I have a lot of Fool's Golds and things like that. But I think... So I did say that I didn't want to get any more money, but I may have lied. I'm going to pick up a Venture here, just to see how that works out. And once again, they collide. That's okay, I have to discard one. Here's another 10. It's a bit excessive. Sure, I'm going to start greening though. And I might have wanted to wait until the reshuffle, but that's fine. That's fine. So now the problem with Venture is that it's going to cause me to cycle a little bit faster. Most of my deck is treasure, so it shouldn't be a huge factor, but in a deck with not too much treasure, and you're already greening, you don't typically want to pick up Ventures over things like golds or something like that. Even if your deck is slightly above average, in that you would get more money out of a Venture than a gold, it's still sometimes not necessarily better, because you will cycle in the extra greens that you pick up a little bit sooner that way. That said, I've got enough money that I don't think it will be a problem, but I'm still going to grab a gold. This is another $9 hand, probably a province. The game may end faster than I wanted to, so I'm actually not going to buy provinces anymore at this point. I'm going to hope for colonies. I think I have a better shot at buying. I've got a couple platinums, I believe 2 to her 1. And I've got Fool's Golds and Ventures and all kinds of nice nifty treasure stuff. So as long as I'm not militia too hard, that should work out in my favor.
I don't have any platinums.
Oh, so I've just been informed that my opponent does not have any platinums, which is fine as well. The provinces are probably going to run before that becomes an issue. So we'll find out soon, which is a reason that I'm loath to buy provinces, but in this case I may not have a choice. I probably should have picked up that additional platinum earlier on. That may prove to have been a mistake. So I'm going to play the 2 Fool's Golds. The Venture picks up a copper, and that is a colony. So this should be a colony for her, another colony for me. And this is working out a bit better in my favor now. So I think the contraband, I don't think she has enough money in that hand to buy a colony, so I'm going to prohibit provinces. I don't want those to run, and I think I have enough money to pick them up. So I was correct. Let's see what she does end up picking up. This could be something like a duchy and something, or well, this does look like it's going to be a duchy. That's a good pick. Shantytown is going to be useful with limited actions in hand. With the amount of treasure that I've got, I may end up wanting to pick up some Shantytowns as well. I will definitely take a Venture. That's a lovely card for me. And I think this is another colony, so that's also very good. This is a bit unfortunate. Shantytown also collides, but again, that's the issue with Shantytown, is that it often does. There's another province gone. This militia, I'm just going to pick up. So she bought the last Fool's Golds, or she gestured into it. Okay, I'm gonna pick up 1. Nothing actually. There's nothing here that I want. I'm gonna trash the Fool's Gold for my hand. So this hand is worth love. Okay, so I'm not going to trash the Fool's Gold from this hand. We'll see how that works out for me. I'll play the militia, and then subsequently I'm going to play the contraband, and depending on what my opponent chooses, I can get different cards. So that actually worked out really nicely. prohibited the colonies, and I can now end it on the provinces, which should grant me a win.
Okay.
So that's that. I think probably what you want to do in that case is prohibit the provinces, because if I buy a colony, then you have a chance to end it on provinces next turn, which might have been enough points. But anyway, that's how the card's laid out. It's an interesting game. I've not used Fool's Gold too much in colony games, but it's considering the board, there wasn't really a whole lot of other options. Anyway, so that's game one. Hope you enjoyed.